everyone, Mari Graceberg here, your host for the Job Venture Success Summit. And here with me is Rachel Luna, and we're going to be talking about how to promote other people's products and get into the radar. This is an exciting topic that I'm sure a lot of you are excited about. I'm excited as well. Before I get too excited, love to welcome you, Rachel, here on the stage.
Thank you so much for having me, Maria. I'm excited to be here today.
I am delighted, and I'm sure our audience are as well. So first up, I know I really want to dig into the topic, but before we get there, I'd love for you to share with us, kind of your story, like the before and after kind of story, wherein share with us what was it like before you started incorporating joint venture or affiliate marketing or promoting other people's products, and after you incorporate this strategy, because affiliate marketing and joint venture marketing are very similar and can be interchangeable as well. So share with us what was your story.
Sure. Well, so I'm a former U.S. Marine, and so I have that background there. And then about 10 years ago, I got my coaching certification and I became a certified professional life coach. And I started my business 5 years ago. So I was, freelance coaching for many, many years before I decided, okay, I'm going to jump into this and go full time. And I did fine as a life coach. I had a great business, a lot of word of mouth referral, but I had a very small list. People didn't really know who I was. I just had, sort of my cellular clients. So I found myself stuck. There's only so far you can go when you're trading dollars for hours. And I recognized, man, I really want to get out there, but I was too afraid to create my own course. I have always considered myself a coach, not a teacher. And the idea of creating a signature program, it felt like just this huge pressure. And I tried this one little program, and I didn't like the process. It didn't sell well. It was just a hot mess express. And then I randomly stumbled into promoting a program, and I made $2,000. And I remember thinking like, hey, I just made $2,000 just by telling people about my personal experience with this program that I've already used. That's pretty cool. And then I started to see that some of my colleagues were making like $20,000 with affiliate marketing. And I was like, oh, I want to get in on that. But I didn't have a big list. So I was like, but that's never going to be me. And then I stumbled into, again, another promotional opportunity where I was promoting something for someone that I loved. I loved their course, their program. And I ended up making $15,000 that week. And my whole world changed right after that, because prior to that, my husband was supportive but not supportive. I don't know if you understand that, dynamic, but where he was like, yeah, go ahead, do your business. But then whenever I'd work, he'd be like, or if I had to go somewhere, he'd be like, another thing, you have to go another place. And for him, it was that my business wasn't generating the kind of income he wanted to see to justify the time away. But when I made this $15,000, he was like, whoa, wait a second. How much? I was like, yeah, how you like me now? I made $15,000 in this 1 week. What you got to say about that? And so it did a couple of things. Number one, it gained credibility and validity of my business in my husband's eyes. Number two, it put me on the leaderboard for that particular promotion. And the people that I was promoting, they were pretty, at that time in my world, they were A players. And they started to notice, hey, this girl is someone we should watch. And it just sort of snowballed from there. Now people started to know who I was. Other players were on that leaderboard, and they were seeing my name. And then I did another promotion, and again, I was on that, top 10 leaderboard for that. Then I did another promotion, top 10 leaderboard for that. And again, all this was with a very small list of about 1,500 people. And it grew. So when I first did my first promotion, I probably had like 1,000, maybe 1,200 people. And my open rate was only 28%. So really, 280, 300 people are going through these emails. But it just worked. And so a couple of keep going? Should I keep going? Because I know you have questions for me too, but let me just tell you what a couple things happened, and we can go deeper if you want to know more. But once I started to see how these, big wigs were launching out their programs and products, I started to see how launches are managed. I started to study the time frame. I started to study their emails. I started to study how they were interacting with their audience and how they were pushing the product so then that I could better share it with other people. But what it really did was it gave me the confidence to promote my own course, because what I found is that people started to write to me and say, I like that, but I want to buy something of yours. And even to this day, I only have 2 products, and people still ask me, like, what do you have that I can buy? I'm like, not much. I am, by nature, I'm not a course creator. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach. I'm a writer. I'm an author. I write books. But in terms of like courses and stuff, like that's just never been like my thing. Mm-hmm. So people started to tell me that they wanted stuff from me. And so it gave me that push to create my own course. So when I created my first signature course, the Confident Entrepreneur Academy, right out the gate, we did over $50,000 on a first-time launch, internal small list. I think I had about maybe 5,000 people on the list at that time. And it was because I knew how to promote it. I knew how to get people excited about it. I wasn't, worried about it or anything like that. And I credit that to being an affiliate for other people. The other thing that being an affiliate the aftermath is that people now know me as someone who has an art for affiliate marketing. And it's allowed me to connect with a lot of my mentors. And even, I don't know if you're familiar with Todd Herman from the 90-Day Year, but he's a great mentor of mine. And even he asked me to teach a class with him on affiliate marketing. And I was like, my mentors are asking me to teach with them. And Amy Porterfield, who was someone that I just followed for years and years, is now one of my good friends because we were on a leaderboard together. She was number 1, I was number 4, and people were telling her, you got to meet this girl, Rachel Luna. And I was like, I got to meet Amy. So it just really opened doors. And another benefit is that it allowed me to give my audience things that they needed that I couldn't give them, or that I had no desire to give them but knew they needed.